When trying to come up with topics for these videos, I try to think of something that we can all experience. You know, like going outside, being around certain types of people, or something as big as going to school. We all unfortunately had to get up early and go to school to get our education. Sure, we were supposed to be there to learn and apply the absorbed information that we received, but there was so much time to just screw around and get into trouble that eventually we all would witness at least one unusual thing during our time in class. I remember my years in high school fondly, simply because there was always some kind of calamity that would get a few giggles out of me at the bare minimum. So as you would imagine, I figured it would be a great universal shared experience for a video. Surely people would share their various academic misadventures as greentext on an image board, right? So without further ado, let's get right into this. Remembered a story for you, B. 1.5 years later and I still cannot believe this. I'm fucking baffled. Be me. Back in senior year of high school, in AP Calculus AB, there was this one autist. He was basically your stereotypical Redditor. He didn't have any IRL friends, only online ones, watched too much anime, had a waifu, and also looked and smelled like he hadn't showered in months. One day during class is doing work and also having pretty large open discussion. This one girl is talking about running for student council president. That's a fucking stupid choice, but whatever. Her friend asked the autist jokingly if he thinks she should run for president. Autist clearly wasn't listening because he was talking to his Discord friend, so he asked who is running for president. Her friend says her name. I'm not joking. The autist says, "Who is that? Is that a VTuber?" The whole class goes dead silent. Everyone is looking at each other in agony. I look over at my friend next to me and he is dying laughing. I was fucking floored, B. Is it really possible to be this unaware of what is socially acceptable? You know, I hadn't considered how bad the younger generation has it, so it must be pretty awful. Oh, to be young and dumb instead of old and stupid. Be me, high school. Report on people who inspired us. Do a report on my dad for his military service. Ask him about his service when he was a wee lad. Do not specify it as for a paper. Tells me all these stories about intelligence operations and what he did in his service. Write a paper about literally everything he told me. Turn it in and read it to my class, and submit it online. 3 years later today, do some research out of curiosity on his group. Nothing comes up in my searches. It's as if these operations never happened, which is weird because they literally impacted the world on a huge scale. Ask my dad about it. He said a majority of it is so classified and not supposed to be spoken of. Realize what I just did. My face when I leaked government secrets and classified information to a classroom full of retards. In 8th grade on Washington, D.C. school trip, at some monument, if you go to the bathroom, you have to bring a partner so you don't get lost. Go to the bathroom with some guy. I get done in 30 seconds and wait for him to finish shitting. Been more than 5 minutes, so I leave without him. Everyone is starting to board the bus to leave the monument. Get on the bus and the teacher is taking attendance. Say here for him when his name is called. Leave. What are your field trip stories? You know, that seems like something I would also do. I'm not gonna fault the Anon for doing that. A tard had his way at school today. Forced to work in the tard room as a tard wrangler. Tards get special iPads. Pretty much just games. One tard asked to use the bathroom. Teacher says not with the iPad. Kid fucking screams. Teacher gives in to his shriek. The tablets are connected to the staff Wi-Fi, as in everything is unblocked. Tard is gone for about 20 minutes. Hey Anon, go fetch him. Go to the nearest bathroom. Smells of shit is normal. Around the corner, literal shit.mp4. There is shit everywhere. Tard is crying, eating his own shit. He sees me. I tell the Tard teacher. Apparently the kid found out what Pornhub was. He found out what Scat was. He gave the shittiest excuse ever. I wanted to be an adult. My face when I have to clean the shit. You know, I don't know if I believe this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it the benefit of a doubt. Middle school. Pretty normal kid named Lewis. Average number of friends, not too weird, not too smart, you get the idea. Get assigned project on future careers. He leaves the room. There are literally hundreds of turtles in the box. Literally hundreds. He trips. The box spills. Little turtles fucking everywhere. What the actual fuck? He starts freaking out about the turtles escaping. Literally burst into tears. His dad is a herpetologist and they're his turtles. Lewis stole the turtles. None of the turtles escape because they're turtles. We just pick them up and put them back. It's not like they can run fast. Teacher tells me to take him to the office so they can call his dad and pick up the turtles. He won't stop crying. Actually has a seizure on the way to the office. Spills the turtle box again all the way down the stairwell. Falls down the stairs with them. Splits his scalp open, hits his face. Turtles and blood everywhere. I have to run up and down 3 flights of stairs and collect the turtles while Lewis is unconscious. Teachers later ask me why I helped the turtles and not Lewis. I still don't know. You know what? I like this kid. He had shit figured out. Tards from middle school were gifts from God. Be me in 7th grade. In music class. Had a medium high-functioning retarded black kid named Cody in the same class. One day he drops his pencil bag in class. Decide to be nice and help him pick up all the pencils sprawled across the floor. Think, Anon, you're a nice friend, man. Assaulted by his saliva when he spews these words. Follow CDC protocol. The rest of the course he always tried to talk to me and hang out. Usually I politely disregarded him. One day he sings for the whole class with symphonies that sounded as beautiful as 2 dump trucks in a head-on collision. We all clap out of pity. A few weeks go by and I get a friend request on Facebook from Tard. Oh no.jpg. Who let this happen? Messages me about a concert he's having at recess on the playground. Ignore all messages he ever sends me. Okay, go to concert. Voted most likely to be a famous singer in the yearbook. It's literally him singing shitty nursery rhymes. Every day he messages me, "What's up, Anon?" Continue to ignore him. He gets more and more mad in his messages because I keep ignoring him. One day he says, "Anon, I'm going to harm myself." Okay, don't hear from him again, but he never did anything to himself because I saw him in school. Fast forward 8 years. Randomly think of him for whatever reason. Look him up on Facebook. His name pops up on a local sheriff page. Tier 2 registered sex offender. My face win. God, don't you hate when that happens? Be me in a high school. 17 years old circa 2006. Friends with a bunch of different groups. Protected some little anime fags from their bullies. They take their newfound freedom too far. Turns out they're Naruto running down the halls of the English building, doing spin kicks off of walls and shit, running into people and knocking them over. Generally just being dickbags. Get asked to help by a couple of cheerleader friends. Promise to help. I gave them their freedom to begin with. Observed them for a couple of days. They always take the same route and jump off the wall at the same spot. Kinda cool looking, not gonna lie, well rehearsed. Still causing problems though. Go out to local grocery store. Obtain several bottles of sexual lubricant. Right before 5th period starts, go out to hall and apply lubricant deliberately to wall. Get caught by vice principal while slathering Estroglide on a laminated wood wall. What.jpg? He knows I am up to something, but the absurdity of what he is witnessing causes his brain to short circuit. I promise him it will be magical and just to let it happen. I wipe my lubed up hand on his baby blue shirt as I push him to an out-of-the-way corner to watch. He keeps eyeing me and the wall, unsure of how this all fits together. The bell rings. It's showtime.gif. Students pour out into the hallway. 2 little 5'2" cretins come sprinting out, arms straight back, weaving in and out of the other teens. Vice principal immediately knows they're the targets, looks straight at me with furious knowledge. He still doesn't understand the lubed wall. The Narutards finally reach the wall for their well-rehearsed double spin kick. They leap in unison. Their feet touch the wall in unison. They fail to gain purchase in unison. They faceplant against the wall in unison. The entire hallway erupts in laughter. Vice principal covers his mouth to hide his laughter and takes off. They never did that shit again. Oh yeah, weebs in high school were the absolute worst. I can only hope this happened to them and way worse. Today I paid the ultimate price. Be me, high school. In class, computer programming. Teacher assigns us a Google Doc study guide for finals. You guys can work on it or whatever, share it amongst yourself. Class shares one doc between 30 students. Good idea. In Google Docs, for those of you unfamiliar, you can highlight any piece of text and insert a link. Type final exam answer, don't tell Mr. Teacher. Highlight it and insert link. Next day. Teacher is a lazy fuck who doesn't make us do anything in the last week before finals, so most people start studying or screwing off. Several murmurs from different rows. Suddenly, hear the glorious sound of women hentai being blasted at full volume from several different computers. Dying of laughter. Never caught. Oh, I love a well-executed plan. Be a disruptive little shit in elementary school. Teacher is sick of my ass and probably hated me for good reason. Always excuse my bad behavior to my parents by saying, "He always picks on me, that teacher just doesn't like me." Have to fart in class. Embarrassed because young and immature. Try to slip out a silent one while class is distracted. Class starts cracking the fuck up. Teacher gets butt mad. Calls my mom and tries to give me lunch detention. She doesn't pick up. Goes to voicemail. Begins to make the most stuttery, cringeworthy attempt at a voicemail I had ever seen or heard. "Miss Anon, your son farted today and it was pretty loud and..." He says never mind and lets me go to regular lunch. I get home and my mom believes me about this guy being out to get me. Proceed to get away with murder the rest of the year. Be me, taking standardized test. After test, we are given the option to sleep. Take a nap. I just slept with all of the girls in my class. See you later, virgins. Be me, sit in class. Remember one time in kindergarten when a girl took a shit on a bench and got in problems for doing so. Find that memory really fucking funny. Burst out laughing. Teacher gets pissed. Ask what's so funny. Silence.jpg. Say that I thought about a mole. Teacher looks at me like I'm retarded. My face when I actually begin thinking about moles now. Remember, moles are blind and probably bump into each other all the time. Begin laughing again. Get detention. Be me, 18 years old, sitting in class. Gotta pee real bad. Also smoked a blunt before going back to class. High as fuck. Ask teacher if I can go to the bathroom. Yes. Stand up, leave class, close door. Unzip pants, pull out penis. Walk by the whole hallway. Lots of people in the hallway look at me funny and laugh. Still don't realize. Get to the bathroom. Close door. Unzip realize what happened. Stay in the bathroom for a good 20 minutes panicking and crying. Teacher comes out of class, comes to the bathroom and asks if I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good. Get back to class. Sit down. Realize I didn't even pee. Hold the pee for the whole lesson. Next day, everyone knows what happened. Everyone thinks I'm autistic. My face when I also think I'm autistic. You know, this happens a lot more than people realize. It's an honest mistake, I swear. Be me, middle school. Have to use toilet really bad. Feels like I have a piston with a force of 4,000 newtons deep in my ass, which is also being assisted by gravity that's far beyond the one of Earth's. Of course, every stall's occupied and we only had 2. No biggie, I always had bright ideas. I spread my ass cheeks, making them face the sink, and let out one single oval-shaped rock-solid turd. I look at it and burst out laughing as I see it standing vertically in a drain, like a small smelly palm tree. Run off. The bell rings. Everybody comes out of their classes. In a minute, everyone's already gathered near my piece of shit, laughing their asses off. I pretend I'm in confusion, too. I laugh every time I remember it in my bed. I can see why. Be me. When 9/11 happened. In class. Entire school freaks shit when we get news of it. Schools locked down in fear that planes were going to target schools too. We were in fucking Michigan. The news was during passing period when a teacher yelled out, "The United States is under attack!" Kids jumping fences to reach home since the mass panic was a huge distraction to the teachers. I went with my friend, drank Faygo and played Mario Kart 64. My face when the deaths of thousands let me get out of school. Be me in high school. Always fucking hate doing homework. For some reason, every single time my mom would pick me up and ask if I had homework that day, I'd freeze up and answer no. Would always end up rushing to do homework during the school day. Anytime I did homework at home, it would be hours of misery that would almost always end with me being grounded. Always have a shitload of missing assignments. My parents would lose their fucking minds if I had a single one. So I put quite a bit of work into trying to DDoS the grade portal website when they were checking for them. Fast forward to college. Dreading it because I've heard of how much homework college classes give you. End up being able to knock out a week's worth of homework in a few hours. Don't even feel remotely miserable while doing it either. Never miss any assignments. What the fuck, that JPEG? Visit home one weekend. Have some homework to do. Go into bedroom to do it. Can hear TV blaring full blast from living room. Mom and sister screaming at each other in an argument that presumably escalated from sister not putting her plate in the dishwasher or some shit. Realize exactly why I hated doing homework in high school. It also didn't help that my parents wouldn't let me do anything else until my homework was done, and I wasn't allowed to play video games after 8 p.m., and they wouldn't let me take breaks either. Aw, damn, that wasn't funny. This guy was just bitching. Oh well. In college, studying for finals, haven't slept in days, surviving on energy drinks and ramen noodles. The day of the final exam arrives, walk into the exam hall, feeling confident. Look at the first question, it's easy. Start writing furiously, total concentration. Suddenly, my pen runs out of ink. No problem, brought a spare. Fumble around in my bag, can't find it anywhere. Panic sets in. Ask the guy next to me if he has a spare pen. He hands me one, but it's red. Screw it, I continue the exam. Finished the exam, feeling pretty good about it. 1 week later, professor's note, I specifically asked for blue or black ink, not red. Final grade, F. Can someone please explain to me what the problem with using red ink is? This isn't the first time I've heard of something like this. Be me, American, 16, sitting in 11th grade world history. Teacher asks a random World War II related question. No one knows the answer. He says to start guessing countries. I say Denmark. He laughs. You told us to guess. Yeah, but Denmark isn't a country. Half of class laughs. Other half is like, what the fuck? Pull out school-provided iPad that I'm allowed to use in class. Google Denmark. Prove teacher wrong. Other half of class laughs. Sent to principal for disrespect. My face when. See, this is one of those cool opportunities to punch a teacher right in the mouth. Be me. Uni. Live in a country where English is a secondary language. Research class. Prerequisite, so I need to ace this. Gets formed in groups. Each group works on a certain topic. Teacher gives us group work. We split the work equally. I volunteered to be the editor of my group. Go home and finish my part after proofreading it and checking for grammatical errors. Feels good man.png. I receive my group mates' works. All of them submitted middle school tier work. One of them even flat out submitted a whole article straight out of the first Google results page without any changes done to it. What the literal fuck.wmv? I PM'd them and asked them to revise it. One of them submitted a revised work with no improvements whatsoever. The guy who submitted the plagiarized article won't respond. The rest didn't submit a revision at all. Spend the whole night doing their part with a few identifications to their original work. Next day we submitted it. We were commended by the professor for our work. Google article asshole was showing off our grade to other groups. I want to fucking die. Oh well, you know what? You gotta get the fuck over it. Either snitch or don't do shit. Be me. At university, college for you Amerifags. Boring as fuck lecture, and my stomach is churning because I was out drinking last night. Chance a fart. Doesn't make any noise but suddenly feel something down there. Shat my pants.jpg. Oh, fuck. Pants filled with semi-liquid shit. Can't risk leaving to clean up. People start to smell it and are turning and looking in my direction. I figure fuck it. I'm not sitting with my pants full of shite. Get up slowly and waddle carefully towards the doors. Literally 1 meter from the door and I feel something roll down my leg. Look behind me, see a piece of shit on the floor. People are pointing and whispering. Freeze like a rabbit in the headlights. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Leave it there? Play it off? Pretend it's not mine? Take it with me? For some reason, I decide the best course of action is to pretend to faint. Fall over badly, shoulder lands on the shit. Roll over to get out of shit. Realize how fake this looks, so I start twitching. Really badly faked seizure. Nobody gets up to help. Everyone just staring at me, rolling around on the floor in my own shit. No one buying it. Have to get up and walk out. Have to see these people every day. I don't even know how to respond to this one. Holy shit. Only just learned no one else had window opening classes, freaking the fuck out. Elementary through high school. Always had window opening classes, everyone did. Graded on how fast you could open and lock windows. Gradually taught how to open different styles of windows through the years. Always thought it was a waste of class since it was the same length as any other class, and it was pathetically easy to do for everyone in the class. You would have to try to fail. Oh great, window opening class again. No one ever knew what the fucking point of it was. Only people who failed were literally just people without arms. My high school was in an entirely different state but had window opening classes. I have fucking level 3 qualification in European-style window aperture locking and unlocking. Apparently no one else did this. X, please tell me I'm not the only one. My university housemates think I'm fucking making this up. At college, took Japanese as my minor. I've been to Japan numerous times and our conversational level, so I figured it'll be an easy ride. Boy, what a fucking mistake it was. Half of classmates are literally stereotypes. Dude who wears fedora indoors, spams the student Facebook group with memes. Girl who wears fingerless anime gloves at class. Girl who tried to correct the Japanese teacher's basic alphabet on the first class. The teacher is a 40-something Japanese person, and she was wrong. Dude who wears a black cowboy hat and a black synthetic leather jacket to class. 10 other girls with yaoi badges on their bags and pencil cases. Girl who actually looks like a sane person but smells like a corpse. Apart from that, half of the class dyes their hair, but to some obnoxious color like neon orange or bright teal. One time had a chat with neon orange girl. What the fuck? She actually seems like a nice person. Conversation shifts to otakus. Mention how otaku is like weeaboo but in Japanese. No, Anon, it's anime otaku in Japanese. What the fuck? Well, no. Japanese people use it as otaku when they know it wrong then. Girl launches into 15-minute screeching tirade about it. Avoid that girl from that point like the plague. People in class obviously can't speak Japanese yet. They just think they can. Oh god. Their Japanese knowledge consists of replacing words in English sentences with ones they've heard in anime. Gomenasai sensei, how should we do task 6? Oh okay, arigato. No turning back now or else I'll lose semesters. Fuck me, B. Tard story from a while back. So the special ed teacher's son died in a car accident years prior. Really sad, well known throughout town. Couple years later, sped teacher helping the tards with math. One little tard looks at teacher. Hey Mrs. Anonderson, remember your son? She looks at him, nods. He died. My face when teacher is holding back tears. Tard goes back to doing math poorly. I guess tards do have good memory. Oh my god. That was terrible. Be me in college. Public speaking class. Have idea. Tell professor on first day I stutter sometimes. It's okay, Anon, we'll get through it. Really lay it on. 3 minutes per paragraph in front of 40 peers. Next week do a little better. Can still see pain in the faces of kids when I stammer for 10 seconds on a word. Professor encourages me every time. She even kicked a kid out of class for saying "come on" under his breath. Improving every class. Almost no stuttering now. Final speech give perfect oration for me. Didn't have to fake stutter at all. Get an A. My face when never stuttered in my life. God, why didn't I think of that? Well, damn, that's the end of the list. I hope you guys enjoyed these stories, because I certainly did. There's nothing quite like reading the writings of other people. Sometimes they're clever, sometimes not so much, but they're always fun. And I hope you got a good amount of moral fiber from these stories. But that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. If you like what I do, leave a comment, rate, and subscribe. If you want to support me in a more personal way, you can check out the Patreon link and the Teespring link in the description. I've also got a Newgrounds account if art stuff is your thing. I've got more content coming down the pipeline. But until then, I'll see you degenerates next time.